I'm Coleman, and this is Combat Details, a series of videos where I analyze PlanetSide 2 gameplay for the improvement of myself and others. First, we review the loadout used, second, we watch the full uncut clip of gameplay, and third, we analyze the moment-to-moment details. Let's get into it. Today we'll be looking at a clip that was submitted by my good friend Tommy. In this clip, he was using an Infiltrator class, and in this class we see a main focus on mid to long range sniping with some good capabilities in CQC when needed. His primary weapon is the default NC-14 bolt driver, which is a good all-rounder. It's bolt action, so it has that one-hit headshot potential. And he has it equipped with a straight pull bolt to help the refire. His secondary weapon is the NS-45 Pilot, which is a really nice 3-round burst pistol, which has great DPS. He's running it with a dot sight, a suppressor, and extended mags. In his tool slot, he has the Recon Detection Device 4. Now, this is 2 tiers off of the maximum 6, and we'll talk about this in the clip. In his ability slot, he has the default cloak. This is the cloak I usually use. Great for all applications. In his suit slot, he has the Chameleon module, so when his shield gets broken, he gets some of his cloak ability back. In grenade slot, we have frag grenades. Utility slot, we have med kits. His melee weapon is the anti-vehicle melee that we got recently from the event directive. And his 2 implants are critical chain, which is great for refire. Every time he gets a headshot, he chambers much quicker. Great synergy with straight pull bolt. His second implant is survivalist, which has that passive shield regen buff, as well as a speed boost when his shields are broken, and since he has the max tier of it, he gets 150 health regen over that same 6 seconds. Alright, that's the loadout. Let's take a look at the clip.
Enemy engineer in the area. Enemy engineer spotted. Enemy transport vehicle. Enemy heavy spotted. Stay alert. Enemy nearby.
Alright, this is a great clip with lots to talk about, so let's get started. So you notice we're at the top of a rock, big cliff. We definitely have the high ground. See a beacon, check out the area. We've seen on radar that 2 enemies down in this area just below. So we want to check it out. Lean over the edge, find one getting killed. I want to move on to check the rest. I want to mention real quick, this is really nice understanding of terrain climbing. Use that slope and momentum to get up, spam jump, get over that little ledge. Easy peasy. I also want to note that here you're coming with depth. You know, you were on a shallow ledge, but you've chosen to come with depth, kind of back away from the ledge to give yourself more safety from anybody shooting with angles from this area, or the top of the building if there happens to be someone there. All they can see is your head, and you can see them. So this is a really good choice. I like it. A subtle thing, but an important thing. Come back forward, find your target after seeing that there wasn't anybody threatening you, and you find a really good shot. This is great understanding of how to time a snipe. So you scope in, you identify their kind of linear downward movement. They're not changing it up too much. They're not strafing or anything. As soon as you're confident in your shot, you take it. It's just nicely done. And then you get shot at by a rocket from this heavy way back here. And love your choice to prioritize them. You know, they're the one who has demonstrated very obviously that they see you. So you want to prioritize taking them out. Get them. And now you're kind of safe from any other threats. Or at least you've eliminated the threats that you know see you. And you take this time to reload and reposition, which is very smart. I also want to point out that when you repositioned after this shot, you had used your entire magazine. So get that kill, and we see 0 in the magazine flashing. And I want to point out that you are stronger than I when it comes to using your entire magazine. A lot of times I will fire one shot, even with a sniper, I'll fire one shot, get a kill, and then reload instantly. And you know, the downtime of that reload means that if any other targets present themselves to you, then you won't be able to take advantage of them. So, you know, keeping a reload until you absolutely need it is really smart for that reason. I will say that because you waited all the way down to 0 to reload, your reload is going to be longer because you have that chamber time. So I would maybe advise reloading when you have 1 left in the magazine instead of 0, but that's entirely situational, and the long reload did not hurt you here because you were repositioning anyway. And I love the spot that you repositioned to. Every angle from this entire side of the base here is cut off from your line of sight. So everyone who would have seen you on the other side of this rock can no longer see you. So you have total freedom to kind of restart, find new targets on this side who are completely unaware of you. You don't see anybody, you check back to this side, spot someone for the team, and you return, find a target here, get a body shot. You don't get the kill, but that's totally cool. I think it looked like you were aiming for the headshot, just didn't quite get it, which is fine. I would say especially when you already have teammates or friendlies shooting at a target, you can go for body shots. Just you want to hit them as quickly as you possibly can so that you can help your friendlies who are in that engagement. If you can chunk down the health of the person they're fighting, then that could be the difference maker for them. Save their guts. So you get a nice body shot. They get finished. Only take down one of your teammates. You reassess. You see a beacon. Looking around, what's down there? You see an infiltrator. Wait for them to stop moving. Get their headshot as soon as you possibly can. I love this. So far, your timing with your snipes has been impeccable. You wait for the opportune time and then you take it. There's no delay. It's very good confidence, but also great patience. Love to see it. And then we're forced to leave this beacon for two reasons, I would say. First reason is you probably heard and you probably saw on radar. You have one opponent on the rock above you. The other reason you didn't take care of them, I think, is because you have frag grenades in this class instead of EMP grenades. I would argue that the utility that EMP grenades offer far outweigh the killing potential and utility of that for frag grenades, especially on the Infiltrator class, where you're kind of far away from things most of the time. An EMP grenade, you could just quickly, right after you confirm this kill, you could just chuck it down there, get that beacon kill, and then look to your next threat. Otherwise, in this situation, you'd have to reposition to find the source of the beacon, shoot the thermos, etc., etc., put yourself back on radar and all that pizzazz. So I would suggest that for sure. But I love the way that you reacted to this threat on the high ground. This is good awareness or understanding of the cloaking mechanic, and that holding still and crouching is the best way to maximize your invisibility cloak. You kind of wait, see if they're not peeking you, and now you can move. This is good timing because you have still enough cloak energy to make it outside of their line of sight if they do decide to peek you. You jump down, and this is a really, again, great understanding of terrain navigation. So if you just jump straight down all the way here, you're going to take a ton of fall damage, if not just straight up die. So you ride this slope, and then you catch yourself, I think, either on this ledge here or this ledge here, which slows you down, kind of resets your fall damage. Oops. Catch yourself on that ledge just barely, resets your fall damage, and your shields don't even break. So great understanding there. Good way to disengage. If anyone watching this, is not confident in doing this kind of thing, really, just if you're jumping off something, hug the rock wall, and any surface that is inclined at all will catch you and help break your fall damage, and just kind of take it step by step, climb down like a goat. So now we're repositioning, we find a target, and we shoot. Now, I would consider this a very low percentile shot, and now that you're on the ground, you're at much greater threat to be found and taken advantage of, because you're on level with everyone else, maybe even below level because you're in this little ravine thing. But miss your shot, and now you reposition again because you put yourself on radar, and you kind of have to. And you do it in an aggressive way. You push to reposition. And I like this. This is a bold move. I commend it. And it works wonders for you. You kind of enter a little CQC duel with this Infiltrator. You get the first shots, but you recognize that they're cloaked, and it's going to be really hard for you to track them and confirm the kill. So you get those first shots. You cloak yourself to throw them off. They're wigging out. They're surprised that you're so close to them, and you get the finish. And this, I will mention, is someone from Recursion, second prestige, so that's a really nice kill pickup there for sure. Swinging above your weight. Really nice job. Get the reload, and you try to put down a radar dart, and you do. So this is just like a little fumble of equipment. I would say if this happens frequently for you, maybe keybind changes are necessary to just make it easier and more intuitive for you to know like which button is your radar dart. If you do like your keybinds, it could be worth just like in downtime of fights, just kind of cycling through all of your equipment, making sure your muscle memory is on point for what equips what, so you don't get hung up in situations like these. But you get one down, and I will mention that this is the first radar dart you've put down in this entire fight, and that's kind of a problem. I know that your recon device is only at level 4 and not 6, which means you have 3 darts total to work with. So after firing this first one, you just got 2. And that'll go up to 5 if you get maximum. But you got to use them. You can't be afraid to use them. At a fight like this, I would just use them back to back. As soon as one runs out, I would put another one down. If you need to get more ammo back, just find an ammo pack. You shoot one. I would also mention that if you're shooting a radar dart from this doorway here, I typically like to shoot my darts as deep as I can toward enemy territory or toward their spawn. So you'll see they have their sunderer up here. They're kind of trickling in from this direction. They may either be coming over the rocks this way or through here and then up in this direction. But what I like to do is if I want to cover this building and do so in a way that's close to where they're coming from, at this doorway, I will shoot my dart all the way down, find the corridor, and put it on the opposite corner of the building. Now this will cover pretty much the entire building and then also cover their approach, right? So it's much more useful coverage, a lot more utility out of a single dart. But regardless, you do have the full building painted here with this dart, so that's great. You see a big cluster of enemies approaching, 4 here, 1 backing them up, and you only have a few teammates close to you. So rightfully, you kind of take it slow, recoup, watch radar while you reload. Waiting, waiting, waiting. You see the darts approaching. You see this guy kind of turning toward your doorway, and then you approach. So you see someone who's looking like they might come out of this doorway here, and it looks like here you're trying to take advantage of Peeker's advantage to put them on your screen before they put you on their screen. But then they end up turning away for a moment. So then, you try to chill. They're not going to engage you, so you don't want to start the engagement with them. They're a heavy assault. That's a losing battle in a 1v1. You just wait. They run by. There's really, really good patience there. I would say it looks like you got spooked a little bit and did a little bit of a sidestep while cloaked. That makes you more visible, but not a huge issue. He didn't see you, obviously. I would just say, if you can in the future, steel your nerves a little bit and stay completely still. But I love, this is another great example of great patience as a sniper, and then a wonderful confidence once the opportunity presents itself. You instantly find the head, take the shot, and you're robbed on this first shot. I don't know how that didn't connect, but you get a really nice follow-up and knock him down. And then what comes next is a brilliant move. You fill his shoes. Sometimes the best thing you can do when in tight quarters is kill someone and then fill their shoes in their flank. So this teammate of theirs here had this heavy assault firing over their shoulders from behind, supporting them in their fight. All of a sudden, you've killed them. They don't really know about that. They're focused on their enemies in front of them. So you can just fill the shoes of his teammate behind him, get that easy flank pickup, and then move on. Keep checking radar. Try to enter the building, and then whoo, claymore. I don't think you noticed this claymore in the corner here. Huh. Gotta learn what this looks like. And as soon as you see that, turn around, back up, jump away, put distance between yourself and it as quickly as you possibly can, and then destroy it for your teammates so that they don't fall victim to it. And there was another one in the other doorway that killed someone just after this. Bang! They're dead. I don't know if the one that you ran by ever got dealt with. Anyway, this is a moment where you're kind of trying to collect yourself, figure out what comes next. And what I think you should be doing here is putting another radar dart down. Your first one is expired. You got to put another one down, string them back to back, get that intel that you need. But you see that one person on radar, so you come out of the building, go to engage them as they're engaging someone else, pick up another really nice headshot. You re-enter the building, you're trying to assess. And now you find yourself kind of watching this corridor, wondering if someone is going to, come into this building and come around this corner. You don't have to be wondering that here, standing here. You can have a radar dart down. You can see if they're coming or not, and you can be somewhere else taking care of something else. So you're kind of spending yourself here when you don't necessarily need to be, because you're an infiltrator and you have that utility available to you. Go upstairs, get pushed down by the turret, and you get shot from behind by an infiltrator. Puts you super low, and then someone else finds you and kills you. And I would argue that this death comes from a lack of early intel. As you're kind of standing here about to get shot at, you're unsure how many people are out in this area, right? You see like one ping, if you even noticed that there. So this outside area is not super threatening to you at the moment. So it looks like a decent place to run if you have to. You start taking shots. And you want to try to escape out this way. When I would argue, if you had the intel that there were people out there in that direction, you would have instead turned to the left and ran up the stairs and disengaged that way. Recollected yourself and then re-engaged as soon as you had your shields back and everything. But that all just comes from making sure you're using the radar darts. All in all, this is a really great life with some good stuff going on. So I'm just going to summarize real quick to finish things off. I commend your understanding of leading aim and the head hitbox. You seem to have really found yourself in a great spot with sniping in this game. You found the feel for it, you have the confidence for it, and you're taking advantage of the opportunities that present themselves as quickly as you can. It's really nice. Your awareness and intuition for when to reposition and how to do so is also superb. So you're using your full mag, repositioning while you reload, cutting off angles that were a threat to you before based on who knew where you were, putting yourself in great spots, and also being aggressive at times when it's called for. Great stuff. And we just finished talking about this, but please do be more liberal with your use of radar darts. Consider upgrading this as quickly as you can. You have a good amount of certs. I think this is a worthy thing to spend them on. Your darts will last longer. They might have a bigger radius, and you get 2 more of them when you get to max tier, and you can just throw them down at will. And then I would also suggest equipping those EMP grenades. They'll vastly improve your utility as an infiltrator, destroying beacons and other items like claymores, and removing enemy shields before pushing a room. All amazing things that come from EMP grenades. And in combination with those, I would also suggest replacing Chameleon module with grenade bandolier so that you can use EMP grenades at will as well. You'll get 4 of them with max bandolier. But all in all, really great clip. Thank you so much for sharing, and I hope this helped you. I'll see you guys in the next one.